Hey guys, Allyn Hane here, the Lawn Care Nut, and I've got a huge project today. I'm in the historic, scenic part of Joliet, Illinois, with my two friends here, Aaron and Chris, and they actually have a big project that you can see here. Now, this happened, why? What happened to your lawn that caused this?
We had to replace our sewer line in the middle of the winter. So they dug up the lawn, and when all the snow melted, this is what we were left with.
Right, and so of course, Aaron and I work together in the real world, and so of course, when she's telling me she's got to do some seeding, I'm like, this is a great chance for me to update my old crappy video that I did on how to grow grass seed like 3 or 4 years ago. This is going to be a new updated version. We're going to take you start to finish, tell you everything you know, how to grow grass seed, and actually how to create a lawn. So you guys ready to go? Are you fired up?
Yeah!
That's like HGTV, right? I didn't even coach them to get all excited, but they did. All right, so here's what we're dealing with. You can see here it's mostly bare, and so we've got to go ahead and level this all out. So that's what step one is going to be, preparing the seed bed. Okay, so you can see here where this front lawn is mostly bare dirt. Now, all that soil that's stacked up against the house, that's kind of what was pulled out, and then after the guys put the new sewer pipe in, they did a decent job leveling, as good as they could in the middle of the winter, and now you're left with this big pile. So the first thing we have to do is outline the beds, because they are going to put landscaping back in here. And then with the leftover dirt, what we're going to do is create a nice grade. We're going to grade this away from the house. In other words, we want it a little higher closer to the house and a little lower towards the sidewalk and the driveway, so that way water can run off. It also makes a pleasing effect to the lawn. A super flat lawn won't look as good as one that's slightly graded. Again, that's not what this video is about. I just want you to know that we need to prepare the seed bed, and the way we do that is to get everything smoothed out. You don't have to worry about the existing grass that's there. You don't have to take it up. We just need to get everything level and smooth to create a nice level bed of mostly soil that we can put the grass seed on. Okay, so you've seen we've got everything prepared now. The ground is ready to go, so we're going to go into our next step, which is to actually apply the seed. Now, this is a good time to talk about what 3 things do you need to make grass seed grow. You need one, you need heat. Okay, it can't be too cold, so you need to have temperatures over 45 degrees at night. We're actually 70 degrees here today. We'll definitely be around 49 or 50 tonight, so this is perfect for seeding. The second thing you need is seed to soil contact. The seed actually has to touch some sort of soil, ideally on both sides. And then finally, you need water. Seed needs to be kept wet daily and depending on the germination. So we've got a mixture here of Kentucky bluegrass and some perennial rye. The perennial rye is going to germinate in 10 to 12 days, and the Kentucky blue is going to be about 24 days. So you got to keep it wet all the way through day 24 and even beyond. Okay, now let's talk about the materials list. So you're going to need basically 4 things to go ahead and accomplish a good seeding. The first thing is obviously some grass seed. Now you can see here that Chris got this really expensive Scott's Easy Seed that comes with all kinds of amendments and fertilizer already in it. It's good stuff. You don't need to get this though. You can just get regular grass seed, and I'll do another video on how to read the grass seed label, and I'll link below to that in the description. But go ahead and get a good quality grass seed, sun, shade, whatever's going to work for your area. I can't really help you there because I can't see your house. We're also going to need some Milorganite. You've got your lawn completely opened up. Your soil is bare. We might as well get some organic material worked into it. This is a perfect time to do that. The Milorganite isn't really going to do anything to help the grass seed itself. We're really just using this as an opportunity to introduce some organic nutrients into the bare, open ground. Next, I need you to get some peat moss. Now, peat moss we're going to use that as a soil amendment, but also as a kind of simulated seed soil covering. The good thing about peat moss is it breathes really well, so it won't choke the grass seed out even if you get it in a little thick. And then finally, we need some Scott's Patchmaster. Now, Patchmaster is basically just recycled paper. It also has seed in it. I don't really care about the seed though. I am more concerned about using this on areas that slope or that are near the driveway. I do not want any of our seed running off when we're watering and going down into the street. So the Patchmaster is going to basically be sticky and hold the seed in place on areas where there's any kind of a slight slope. All right, now for the actual seeding. Now there is no real secret to this. We're seeding bare ground, so you're just gonna throw the seed out in the bare dirt, almost like you're feeding chickens. If you're looking for a rate or an application rate, I would definitely say for brand new seed, 10 pounds per 1,000 square feet. Now it was hard for me to measure that here because again, this Scott's Easy Seed actually has amendments in it, but if this was straight grass seed, which is what I really want you to buy, then 10 pounds of grass seed for every 1,000 square feet would pretty much be the minimum. You could actually go up to 20 pounds. You can see here in some of my zoom ins, you can kind of see the seed ratio here, and this is about as thin as I would recommend. Really, if you're going to seed, go thicker. Grass seed is cheap. Let's put it down. All right, now we're on to the Milorganite. So Milorganite, again, it's just an organic fertilizer. We're going to go ahead and just introduce this into the soil. It's just going to help improve the soil health overall. We're going to put this down at 15 pounds per 1,000 square feet. And I went ahead and did the back lawn as well as all the rest of the lawn, again, just to try to even out some of the color once things do grow. And then next we're going to put down some peat moss. Now the peat moss, again, is kind of like simulating seed to soil contact, and it's just going to help things open up. It's going to help the soil to breathe. We have really dense clay soil here in Illinois, so this will just help to amend that soil a little bit, simulate some seed to soil contact, and also help keep moisture in the lawn if we do happen to get a dry day where they're not able to water. I want you to keep this less than a ½ inch thick. You don't really need to scrape the seed in or rake it in. You just want to put this out like you see us doing here, with using your hands, about a ½ inch thick, no more. And then finally is the Scott's Patchmaster. You're going to put this down very similar to the way we did the peat moss. You're just going to run it between your hands and make a nice thin layer. You really got to get on your hands and knees for this and literally even this out in all places. You really want to make this like a nice thin blanket. If you do get it too thick, it'll get too sticky and the grass seed will not grow through it. So you want to keep it under a ½ inch thick. Even thinner than a ½ inch would be ideal. Okay guys, now the final piece, this is where about 90% of seedings that fail, this is why. This is because they don't get enough water. You need to water every single day, and you got to get the seed wet every day. Now keep in mind, you got this coating over the top, so you're going to have to water pretty heavily. Now what does that mean? Well, it's a little bit different for everybody. We're watering by hand right here, but they did go ahead and get a sprinkler, and I told them for safe measure to leave the sprinkler on in a fine mist for 1 hour every morning. And if you can, even an additional hour in the evening would be great. The key is to keep the seed constantly wet for at least 24 days and even beyond. Okay guys, so there we go. There's all the steps, everything outlined for you. Now, the challenging part comes from these guys. It's up to them. In fact, if this fails, it's 100% their fault. I didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, so here we go. So they're gonna water every day. You're gonna get a sprinkler. We wanna get about a ½ inch down, so that's gonna probably take 45 minutes to an hour with your sprinkler every single day. Okay, no germination is gonna come for 14 days. You're gonna see nothing. Once you see 14 days, you should start to see some green popping up, and then the bluegrass will come in at 24 days. Good to go? So I need your commitment that you're gonna water.
We'll do it.
We'll do it. There we go, so stay tuned for step 2 of this, or at least the after part, in about 3 weeks. Thanks, I'm Allyn Hane, the Lawn Care Nut, and I will see you in the lawn.